What's up, everybody? I'm the Grand Blue here to bring you the latest gaming news. And we are currently in day 2 of Super Week. And I will be introducing a new segment on my channel called How To. That's where I tell you how to make a video game based off of a fictional character from a TV show, movie, or comic book. And of course, we're going to be looking at Superman, the Man of Steel. Seems awesome, but his past video games have sucked, so we're going to do a quick how-to. Number 1. It has to be separated from the Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight series. I say this because the people working on the new Superman video game are the people who made Arkham Origins. While not a lot of people liked the game, some people did, but not a lot of them. So, that being said, this cannot be a beat-em-up like a Batman game. This is a Superman game. Make it a little different. You know, I mean, Superman can't just be fighting gang members. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit the character. You have to make your story fit the character. And that brings me to number 2. Make an interesting story. Past Superman games had barely any story. Give us something awesome. This is Superman, for goodness sakes. I think you can give us something great. An alien from another planet comes to Earth and now has superpowers. It writes itself, people. I mean, really, you can really do this. It's not that hard. Although, it seems like it is, considering the past Superman video games. Number 3. Make it open world. It has to be. It has to be open world. I know I said it has to be separated from the Arkham Origin and Arkham series, but yeah, it still needs to be open world. Why? Because this is Superman. It's freaking Superman. I want to travel all around Metropolis. Okay? That just seems like a cool thing to do. I don't want to just stop at Metropolis, though. I want to go to space. I think that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, come on, it's Superman. We have to go to space, people. We do. He can breathe in space. He's going to space. And that brings me to number 4. I think. 4 or 5. I'm losing track already, because these are such good advice. So, let's move on to my next thing, which is a villain. You have to have a good villain. It is a must to have a good villain, okay? Must. I suggest Darkseid. Oh, but Grand Blue, why wouldn't it be Lex Luthor? Because Lex Luthor, while he is obviously going to be in the video game at the beginning, but I think later on in the game we should move on to a much more capable opponent. Not to say that Lex Luthor isn't a good villain, I'm just saying we can amp it up with some Darkseid, ruler of Apokolips. And plus, it also goes great with the whole open world going to different planets. I mean, come on, the people who made Arkham Origins making Apokolips. It's dark, gritty, and filled with death. It's perfect. I mean, come on, I would love to see what they can do with it. Also, if you're going to go to Apokolips and it stays with the whole open world thing, why not start the video game on Krypton? I don't see why not. You can start out as Superman's father, sending him to Earth. You know, it'll give you a good idea for the walking mechanics, camera things. You know, it'll give you a good idea of the controls of the video game without using the powers yet. So yeah, I think that would be pretty interesting to not only see that, but also to see how they would create Krypton. I think it would be pretty interesting, but yeah. And if you're wondering why I didn't choose any of other Superman video movie villains or comic book villains, well, I didn't choose Zod because of another topic that I want to talk about. And Brainiac, I guess you can use Brainiac. He's pretty cool. And I know there's other Superman video villains, but those are the ones that are the most capable of stopping Superman and proving more of a challenge. And next, has to be separated from the movies. Look, the movies were okay. Most of them were good, some of them were bad. Even Man of Steel wasn't even that good, and I don't even like it, and I'm saying good things about it. And that's why I didn't choose Zod. He was in the Man of Steel movie and past Superman movies. So, if we put Zod in there, I just feel like the creators might get a little too attached to the movies and go with that story. I suggest only you focusing on the comic books. The comic books are why Superman is Superman, not the movies. So let's let's focus on the comic books. And if you're wondering which one I suggest, you can go with either one. You can go with the older comic books, or you can go with the newer comic books. I suggest the older comic books because that will allow you to use more superpowers. Yes, that brings me to my next topic, which is a skill tree for Superman. Superman has countless superpowers. Some of them were taken away during the revamps of Superman because some of them seemed a little too ridiculous, and I totally agree. Some of them were a little crazy. But seriously, in past Superman games, we've used heat vision, super breath, super speed, strength, and flight. 5 basic powers, I guess you can't go wrong with that. But I kind of want to see some more things. Maybe X-ray vision? Maybe. There was even a point where Superman had the power to shapeshift his face. I'm assuming that's how he got away with the whole Clark Kent thing, and since they got rid of him, they got rid of that power, and that's why it doesn't make any sense anymore. I don't know. I can only hope that people in Metropolis aren't that stupid. But yeah, that's basically all you need to know on how to make a good Superman video game. I know it doesn't seem that hard to make a good Superman video game, considering that he has countless stories that could be used in the Superman video game. Oh, that's another thing you should not do. Do not just give us one basic, boring story with Lex Luthor and then have countless DLCs consisting of other Superman villains. We're going to notice that, and I'm going to get pissed, and so is every other Superman fan who plays video games. They're going to get pissed at you. But I digress. That's for another time. But until the next day of Super Week, I'm the Grand Blue. And until next time, game on, people. Game on.